Hello, everyone. My name is Tony Tanzi, Infrastructure Practice Lead with Com Solutions Company. And in this tech tip video, I'd like to talk a little bit about using an any rule globally in your firewalls to be able to help you determine what application-based rules you need to start thinking about writing to transition from a service-based policy to an application-based policy. Let's go into a little more detail here. So you'll see on this firewall, I have a default, I'm calling it default any, and I'm allowing it, restricting it from trust to untrust, and allowing any application. And I could just create this, and I'll just also make this an any as well. So that's a default any that we're allowing through the firewall. We can still do interrogation for things like threats, but we are going to allow the application. And this is a result of a question that I get asked a lot about having deployments of Palo Alto firewalls globally and using Panorama and transitioning from a service-based policy to an application-based policy. So it's tough to try to guess all the applications that are being used at every one of your locations globally. You may not have that information readily available. So what we can do with Panorama, we can deploy a rule such as this called default any. We would want this to be the same name on every firewall. That's why we could deploy it from Panorama to all the firewalls, restrict it as much as we can, but still allowing all the applications. So this way we're doing it just from trust to untrust. So any outbound application traffic will now get captured by this policy if it was not matching any previous rule. What this provides for us is it gives us the information globally from all of our firewalls when we run this from Panorama, visibility into all the applications that are hitting this rule from every firewall globally in our deployment. We can then, in Panorama, write a report, a custom report, to be able to specifically pull and report on that specific policy. So here I have what I call an any report. I'm pulling from the traffic log. I select my time frames, how I want it sorted, how I want this report grouped, the number of groups that I want, and picking the available columns that I'm going to slide over to make available for my report. Then using the query builder, I am going to report on, from every firewall, report on anything hitting the rule equal to default any. This report will produce for me a list of applications that are hitting this default any rule globally from every firewall. I can then use that information to create a shared policy that I can then push out to every firewall for specific applications that I want to allow or block. So this way I can start getting the same posture on every firewall so that if an employee wants to travel globally, they can expect the same access no matter what office they're in. A lot of times the customers run into this quandary of, well, they allow Skype at one location, but Skype's not allowed at the other location. So being able to get visibility into the applications that are being used and hitting this rule by every firewall, you can then selectively start creating a shared policy to get a standard-based application level acceptance for what's going to be allowed and what's going to be blocked at every location. I have customers doing this for both application and for URL as well, so that no matter what office you're in, you can expect to have the same application allowance, the same URL allowance, and likewise the same applications that are going to be blocked and the same URLs that are going to be blocked. This is a way to quickly gather that information from all of your firewalls to start creating that policy. And again, a default any like this is not something we would ever leave on the firewall long term, but it is something to give you some visibility into what applications globally are hitting this any rule that you might be missing in other policies. Again, my name is Tony Tanzi, Infrastructure Practice Lead with Com Solutions Company. Hope this tech tip was helpful to you. and please visit www.comsolutions.com for all your networking needs. Thanks, and have a great day.